YouTube, what does the Scouter say about his subscribers? It's over 5,000! Which would be more dramatic and it would work better if they were over 9,000. But we're gonna get there, damn it. What's up, everybody? It's Luke James, not the singer. If you're an indie artist looking for an album review and some promo, you can hit up Luke at redmattersite.com. And what I have for you boys and girls today is my 5,000 subscriber special, where I answer all of your questions. And I got a ton of them, so I'm just going to say thank you right now for supporting the channel. And I'm going to jump into them right quick and burn through them, because if I don't, man, this video is going to be about an hour long. So let's get right down to business. Serga Andre asks, if Hopsin and Iggy Azalea had a baby, would the baby look like a corn? And I would say that's a possibility, and I wouldn't really want to listen to that baby's album. Alex Perching, do you prefer living in Canada over the United States? Why or why not? And you know what? Canada is not perfect, but with all the crazy gun violence, racism, and other bullshit going on down in the different states, I'm fine here in Nova Scotia for now. Shava, what is your height? What town do you live in? And what are your thoughts on Wiz Khalifa? Well, I'm 5'11", from Halifax, and I like Wiz Khalifa's older stuff much better. You know, Kush and OJ, Taylor Alderdice, and Flight School, those are some of his best projects in my opinion. And his song, Shame, probably my favorite Wiz Khalifa track of all time. Now, Carlix Issa had a ton of questions, so let's burn through them. DC versus Marvel. Marvel without a doubt, and Nightcrawler's one of my favorite characters. Kendrick versus Cole. Kendrick by far. Not that I disrespect J. Cole, but I think Kendrick is way better than him. It's not even a competition. Do you think hip-hop will change for good? I think hip-hop is forever evolving, and there's always going to be good, and there's always going to be bad. It's just a matter of what you like, but I think there's something for everybody. Favorite non-hip-hop act? I actually like a lot of music, so it's kind of hard to answer that one, but I'll give you three that I really like. Toro y Moi, Mayor Hawthorne, and The Darkness. I have these guys, or these guys and this band, in regular rotation. Favorite subgenre of hip-hop? I like a lot of everything, to be honest, but I tend to gravitate towards funky tracks and smooth and laid-back tracks, which I guess is why Snoop's album Bush and Dom Kennedy's album By Dom Kennedy have been getting a lot of play this summer. Also like that Tuxedo album, Mayor Hawthorne and Jake One. Favorite diss track? Hit 'Em Up by Tupac for sure, because it's so damn vicious. I mean, the first 20 seconds of it are harder than pretty much every other diss out there. 3 places in the world that you would want to go. I'm a major homebody and I don't travel a lot, but I would go to Egypt to see the Sphinx and the pyramids. I think that would be cool. There's a lot of cool history there and neat stuff to look at. Favorite non-hip-hop related movie of all time? I have a lot of those, but check out I Saw the Devil. I'm not going to say what it's all about. You can look it up on IMDb if you want, but that shit is crazy, and I'm due to watch that one again soon. Biggest fear? For me, it's not coming through for my family because I got to pay the rent and pay the bills, handle business. And will Kendrick's Control verse go down in history? I think it already has. I don't know if it's going to be a major historical note, but it definitely had an impact on the game and shook things up for a while, so it's worth remembering. And the last one they had was pick 5 albums from 2010 till now of any genre that you have to listen to for the rest of your life. I suck at these type of questions, and it's almost impossible to pick just 5 albums within that span of years, so what I'll say is check out my mid-year top 5 video that's coming up. That'll count as my answer to this one. Mateo Toro, you can check out his review channel. I'm sure some of you know him already. What are you expecting from the Kendrick and J. Cole album? Social commentary and smooth production, and some live instruments in there, I bet. But I'm still waiting on that Big Crit and Yellow Wolf album that was supposed to happen called Country Cousins. That shit would be dope. I'd still listen to it if it came out. Jake Navarro, what do you say to the large amount of people who say hip-hop is not music, it's uneducated, it's not poetry, and is all about drugs, bitches, and cars? I just tell them they're wrong and explain to them that if you dig deeper, you don't even have to dig that deep anymore. I mean, actually, Kendrick Lamar's album is one of the biggest albums of the year. It's right there, and it's not just about, you know, drugs, bitches, and cars. But I would just explain to them that there's a lot of different styles of rap out there. You just have to look. So they're either saying that shit because they just want to believe that and they're not interested in learning more. But if they do want to learn more and be proven wrong, it's very easy to do so. Mr. Hoops fans, How many times do you listen to an album before you review it? I get asked that a lot, and it really just depends on the album. I don't do one listen reviews, but I also don't sit on an album and listen to it 50 times just to come up with my opinion. I just try to find a balance, and if there's a lot of lyricism and deep content going on, it usually takes a bit longer to go through it and see what's going on, whereas just some, let's say it's a short EP and it's just all party music and bangers, that's much easier to review because there's not as much to say about it. Dharma Rat, how the hell do you always have such perfect lighting? Every video looks like it's done at lunchtime on a sunny day. That one actually made me laugh because I gotta do a lot of editing with my lighting sometimes, but I basically have a light there, above me, and then like I said, I do some editing in my programs to fix it up. But I use those daylight bulbs that look like sunlight, the ones that are really white and bright, so that helps a lot. B-Mint 1994, what is your personal favorite hip-hop album, and what makes a classic album to you? Blueprint and All Eyes on Me, those are just two albums that I really, really love. And as for what makes an album a classic, I don't think there's an exact formula, but stuff like critical acclaim, how well it holds up over the years, and how it had an impact in the game always come into play, in my opinion. Emmanuel Mosley, are you into video games, and what type do you prefer? I love RPGs. My favorite game of all time is still Final Fantasy III or VI in Japan. And I just like RPGs because I like leveling, getting that loot, customizing your characters, and they always have good storylines too. But lately I've been playing Warframe on PS4, which is a first-person shooter with RPG elements, so, I play a lot of different games. Vic Robbins, pick either GZA's Liquid Swords or Raekwon's Only Built for Cuban Links as the best Wu-Tang solo record ever. Both are great, but I revisit Cuban Links way more than Liquid Swords, so that's my answer. Teo Rufai, how many girls have you fucked in Gucci flip-flops? Sorry to disappoint you, but 0. Supreme Clintale, what do you do for a living? I'm a butcher, and it actually works good for reviewing albums because I go in, plug my music in right by that meat saw, turn it on, listen, take notes on my breaks and on my lunches, and, I work while I'm at work type of thing. Well, of course I work while I'm at work, but I mean I work on reviews as well, so I'm doing double work. Asuka Pickett, name some of the worst albums you've ever heard from any genres. I would just say check out my last year video for 2014's worst albums, and stay tuned for the 2015 list of worst albums, because there's a lot of bad albums out there, and it's hard to pick, the all-time worst. But that'll give you an idea of what I think is the worst. Timeless Beats, what's better, physical distribution or digital music distribution? I think they both have their merits. Digital is cool because it's quick and easy, but sometimes it's good to have a physical copy of an album, especially if the album looks really cool, like that Czarface album, or if you can get a deluxe edition or something like that. Some people just like to have a physical collection. Personally, I tend to go with digital, just because I have so much stuff in this apartment already since I live here with my wife and kids, so, I don't really have a whole lot of space to collect a bunch of CDs. Plus, it's just easier these days. Obviously, you put your music on your iPhone, your iPod, etc., etc. You guys know how it goes. Metal Mickey, how many hats do you own? I can't find them all. I'm looking at a bunch of them right now, but I would say about 20 or so. And why is your rating scale out of 5 as opposed to 10? I get asked this one a lot, and the reason I rate out of 5 is because, first of all, I find a lot of reviewers rate out of 10, so I just wanted to do something different. And also, I came up in the days where the source was the truth. I mean, they didn't get every album review right. I didn't agree with everything they said. But if you got 5 mics, that was a big deal. So their rating system out of 5 just kind of stuck with me, and that's what I like to go with. Hopton Smith, thoughts on Action Bronson and Ghostface beef? Simply put, Action Bronson was out of line, and he disrespected an OG and hood nigga. So I think Ghostface's response and reaction was fine. A lot of people think he overreacted, but like I said, this is Ghostface Killah from the Wu-Tang, okay? He's been around for a long ass time. He's earned his stripes. He's earned his respect. So if Action Bronson wants to pop off on a TV show, Ghostface can say whatever he wants. And that video was hilarious, man. Hit him with that soul jam and was talking all that shit. I would listen to a full album of Ghostface just doing that, just talking shit about people. Dave Gamir, is Kanye in your top 10 rappers? He might be, and if he's not, it would be really close. He's kind of lost me a bit over the past couple of years. My name is none of yo business asks, who are the wackest rappers in the game? Well, this year I think Tyga, Troy Ave, and Young Thug put out the 3 worst albums. 3 of the worst ones anyway. We'll see what else comes out. Seth Ferrando, favorite Call of Duty game? Haven't played a lot of them, but I used to play that Black Ops 1 and Nuketown multiplayer. That was my shit. Jesus3733, who shot you? PJ Freshville. Or Nicholas Pickles. Canadian people know who I'm talking about. Kane Niel Flaherty. If you could only listen to one hip-hop album for your life, what would it be? Guess I'd go with Tupac's All Eyes on Me, just because it's a double disc, so I'd get extra songs and a variety of songs. And he also asked, what do you think of the current state of hip-hop? I think it's fantastic. I think anyone who says hip-hop sucks now, or is shitty this year, is just... I think they're just being delusional, because there's so much going on, man. There's something for everybody. Just take a look for yourself, people. Mario Chen. Other album reviewers you recommend on YouTube. I think there's a lot of great critics out there, but DEHH, Dead End Hip Hop, is killing it. I just like that they give you multiple points of view, they laugh a lot, they have good chemistry, so I think they're killing the game right now. AKA9P, are you an East Coast or West Coast kind of guy? I would say neither, because I kind of just like what I like, and I like stuff from the South and the North too. And they also ask, what's your opinion on Fetty Wap? I really don't hate him like a lot of people seem to do, because I think simple, dumbed-down, catchy party hip-hop is always going to be around, and there's always a use for it, you know what I mean? I'm not a hip-hop elitist who thinks everything has to be lyrical and boom-bap, so, you know, he's doing his thing and he's killing the charts. They also ask, what's your opinion on Big L, underrated or not? I think he was a great lyricist, and I don't think he was underrated or overrated, to be honest, but I always liked his songs Ebonics, Games, and Flamboyant. 3 quality tracks. Favorite movie, cartoon, and TV show? Let's see. Don't Be a Menace and Half Baked are 2 of my favorite comedy movies. Samurai Champloo, I'll say, for cartoon. And as for newer television shows go, well, not really newer, but as for TV shows go, I'll say Always Sunny in Philadelphia and Curb Your Enthusiasm. Both hilarious. Marcia Stout asks, Taker versus Brock Lesnar, go. I'm obviously going to watch, but Undertaker's getting kind of old. Like, he's in great shape for his age, but I just want to see a physical match, because I think that's when Brock Lesnar looks his best, when he's just throwing those potatoes, whipping people around, and he's able to wrestle kind of stiff, so I hope they're not in there being all soft and extra careful just to protect Taker. Not saying I want to see anybody get hurt, I'm just saying I want to see a physical match. Magic 99 Man 1, best lyricist of all time. This one's going to make some of you laugh, because I know a lot of you think I'm an Eminem hater, but back in his early days, like Slim Shady LP and MMLP, I think he was untouchable. He had everybody rewinding pretty much every line. Not just because of what he said, but also because of his flow and delivery, so, you know, not so much now, but that time, I gotta go with him. Tiger Woods, what's your opinion on Mr. Motherfucking Esquire? I actually haven't listened to a lot of them, but I think he has an interesting style, so I'll have to review one of his projects soon. SXE Jericho Holic asks, favorite wrestler today and of all time? Today I like Dean Ambrose, even though I think they're wasting him, and I like Damian Sandow too, but they also ruined him and they just made a joke out of him, but he could have been a classic style heel. But my favorite all-time wrestler is Rey Mysterio Jr., especially in his WCW days, because those luchador matches were insane. Look some of them up if you've never seen them. David Rowe, who was the artist, what was the album that introduced you to hip-hop and made you want to explore the genre? There's actually a lot of them, to be honest, but Tupac, Warren G, Spice One, Criss Cross, Wu-Tang, and Outkast are some of the first artists and groups that I really remember listening to and loving. Connor PBX asks, what made you want to start doing rap album reviews? And I actually fell into it by accident, to be honest. Like, I had a YouTube channel for a while where I used to just make silly videos about relationships and different topics, and then I did a review for Lil Wayne's I Am Not a Human Being too. Well, wasn't so much a review, but a breakdown of the hilarious dumb shit that he said on there, and people loved it and started asking for my opinions on a bunch of other music, so I said, you know what? That's what my channel is going to be about now. Joey Mayer, what's your opinion on the Eminem Show? I'd say it's definitely one of his better albums, but still a step down from MMLP, but that was around the time where I thought Eminem started to slip up a little bit and not be quite as good, or I didn't like him as much anyway. And then Encore dropped, and That was a bad one, man. I liked a couple songs on there, but Encore was pretty rough. The kid Chelsea asked me, what did you think of Yeezus? I really hated it the first time I listened to it. I might have liked one or two songs, and to this day, I revisit it every now and then to see if I like it more, but I just don't. It's just too distorted, weird, and jumbled for my taste, but I respect how it changed the game. Well, didn't really change the game because not a whole lot of people started doing that style, but I appreciate the impact it had and all the discussion it started. But I didn't like the music of it. Jordan is King 97. Do you have a favorite street movie? Definitely Menace to Society. Janelle Good. Which HBK versus Taker match do you like more? WrestleMania 25 or 26? I can never remember exact matches, so I'm going to go with 25 since they were both a year younger. Just seems like a safe bet, but I could be wrong. Moby the Gamer. Do you like Rich Homie Quan? I don't really, but every now and then there's a song of his that I like or feature of his that I like. Same with all the rappers that I don't like, man. If they come through with something good, I admit it. A Hispanic at the Disco asks, who are your top 5 rappers of all time? And that's hard as hell to answer because I could change my answer within 5 minutes of giving you my answer right now. But I'm just going to say Tupac, Jay-Z, Scarface, Snoop, and Ghostface. Not to say they're the absolute best lyricists, but I could put their discographies in a shuffle and I'd be pretty satisfied. I'd get a nice variety and a lot of different sounds. So they put out a lot of great albums, those guys. DJ Chazzy1, who do you consider the most overrated new school artist? I think J. Cole gets kind of overrated. Like, everybody relax, ease up, don't get mad. I respect him and I think he's good, but I just find him kind of dry and boring sometimes. I'm not that into the hype. And Nipsey Hussle, a lot of people get mad when I bring up that I'm not a big fan of Nipsey Hussle, but I just find his flow kind of boring, but it's just my opinion. Freddie Main, what's your opinion on MF Doom's albums? Danger Doom and Food are 2 of my favorites from him, and stay tuned because I'll definitely be reviewing those for the archives. Chuck Midcalf asks, do you like the Ravens because I've noticed your Suggs jersey? And I'm actually an Eagles fan, but you know, sometimes you just buy jerseys because you like the color, you like that they match with something you have, but I would never buy a Patriots or Cowboys jersey. Let me just make that clear. Seth Wayne, will you ever start doing video game reviews and commentary? And honestly, if I had the time, I probably would, but man, between being married and a father of a rowdy child and running this YouTube channel and working as much as I do, I just wouldn't have time to do that. But I'm always down for video game discussion on Twitter or wherever you might catch me. And that, my friends, is the end of the FAQ video. That was a lot of questions to burn through. I know I went through them pretty fast, but I actually did this video once already, and it went on for like 50 minutes, and I said, you know what, I need to just trim this down a bit so that it's watchable and not way too long. But if you guys like this, let me know, and maybe I'll do another FAQ session sometime soon, maybe once a month or something like that. That way you can ask me about hip-hop stories, sports, video games, whatever's going on in the world. But again, thank you so much for supporting the channel. We hit 5,000, we're on the way to 10,000 now, so I really do appreciate you guys. I love doing these reviews, and without you guys watching, subscribing, and supporting, there'd be no point. So keep up the good work, because this video happened because of you guys. All these videos happen because of you guys and girls. So thank you again. I'll see you next time.